Hey guys, it is Tiffany from Coins&Babble. So I thought I would try vlogging. If I'm terrible at it, please tell me because I totally could be because I tend to get off topic really easily. But maybe it'll be also super awesome. So instead of writing a ridiculously long post about everything that's going on with me, I thought I would instead send you this adorable little video. Because my goal is kind of to spread awareness to women like me who are suffering in silence. So, a little bit about me. I am 30 already. It came super quick. I've got 3 kids. 2 of them are autistic. So, my oldest and my youngest both have a diagnosis of autism. Totally different kids, totally different symptoms, but definitely you see the similarities. It just so happens to be that my oldest and my youngest were both born via C-section. Yeah, you can hear her shouting in the background there, my little Miss Psychopath. So my middle child, who's typical neurologically, she was a VBAC, and ever since I had our last baby, which it took us a while to get pregnant with her, it took almost a year for us to get pregnant with her. And then I was missing hormones in my pregnancy. It was a high-risk pregnancy. It was very stressful. She had to be taken out via C-section early because I stopped producing water. So it was kind of just like a rough go to start with. And then she was obviously a ridiculously hard baby. She got diagnosed with autism when she was around 2.5. So it's never been really smooth sailing with her. Her nickname is Little Miss Psychopath for a reason. So ever since I had her, and I was an anxious person before her, but not like this. I started getting panic attacks. It felt like my heart was going to jump out of my chest. I started having tons and tons of health problems, being way more exhausted than I should be. Even being a special needs parent, I shouldn't be as tired as I am. I'm too tired to function. I'm too tired to drive. And so I've been kind of on this, downward slide as far as my health goes since I had her. And as a little bit of history too, before I had her, even just after I had my first child, if I would do too much, I would be exhausted. If I would start working, anytime I try and go back to work, I would be just sick all the time. So my immune system has been kind of crap for a long time. But after I had our little Miss Psychopath, things started to really change. So even everything as far as my menstrual cycle changed, all kinds of stuff went weird and awry. I started having problems with my heart. I started retaining fluid in my feet. So they sent me for an ECG. They sent me for an echocardiogram. They thought I was having a heart attack at one point and sent me up to the hospital, and just all kinds of weird stuff has been going on. And I've been going to see doctors for almost 2 years straight trying to figure out what's going on. So then in the summer, I was talking with one of my old girlfriends. We were catching up, and she was going for a hysterectomy last fall and was kind of talking to me about some of her issues, and I was kind of like, oh, well, I thought it was normal to have, on the floor crying cramps when you got your period, and I thought it was normal to have, those PMS symptoms for 10 days before your period even came, and the only thing I thought was weird about mine was that it was only 2 days long. Ridiculous, right? I've had 3 kids. I had to buy junior-sized tampons. That's how, ridiculous it is. I'm sorry if that's, too much information, but, this is gonna be raw. So, I seen a ton of doctors. I seen specialists. I got ultrasounds done. I got blood tests done. They checked everything. They checked my thyroid, like everything you could possibly check was checked. And everything was totally fine. Very frustrating. It felt like I was going crazy. I honestly felt like, am I just like making this up? Like, is this not actually, am I that out of touch with reality just because I'm stressed out or whatever? I didn't know. So after like having this conversation with my girlfriend and, her talking to me about her problems, I really started to pursue things more because, like this is my health. And yeah, I know I'm going to be tired. I have 2 special needs kids and a typical child to care for, and there's a lot that goes with that, but I should be able to do it. Like, I'm a strong person. I'm a strong woman. I'm a good mother. I should be able to do it, and I can't right now. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. So I really started to pursue things. I flat out asked my general family doctor for a referral to an OBGYN. And he was a dick about it. Like, he was just like, well, no gynecologist is going to see you unless I've checked things out first. Well, I'm like, check things out. He checked my freaking sodium levels. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, this is a sodium problem. Anyway, long story short, I don't see him anymore. So I did get my referral to the OBGYN. They did order an ultrasound. I wanted to get 2 opinions, so I seen 2 different gynecologists. The first and the second both had the same opinion, but the second gynecologist I seen reviewed an internal ultrasound I had done last fall. And what he found was totally disturbing. So this whole time I'd been going along thinking that everything was fine and that I must just be crazy. And when he reviewed my ultrasound, there was an unbelievable amount of crap that he found just from an ultrasound that nobody else thought to review because the ultrasound tech said that it was fine. So he found that my uterus was completely adhered to either my bladder or my bowels or both because he couldn't even find the edges of my uterus. He found that my upper abdomen was totally full of fluid, which could be blood, it could be anything. He doesn't know until he gets in there. He found that I had visible, like, thick adhesions, that I had masses on my uterus, that I had fluid-filled pockets in my C-section scarring, just like, thank you, validation. So, basically, I am making this to educate like other women, other girls out there who are having these problems who think that this is normal. It is not normal to have PMS symptoms for a week to 10 days before your period even comes. You're supposed to get them 1 to 3 days before your period. And then they're supposed to go away. It's not normal to have debilitating cramps, like to be lying in your bed in the fetal position. Like, these things aren't normal. So do your research, like, read about it, learn about a woman's body, learn about your reproductive organs, learn about how your hormones work, like, learn about all that because it's your body and it's important. So I seen this gynecologist. I love him. He's amazing, and he's kind of cute, so that helps too. He reviewed my ultrasound. He was like, we need to do a laparoscopy. He said, it sounds like endometriosis. You have all the symptoms of endometriosis, but we can't confirm without a laparoscopy, and I want to scrape your organs apart, and, we're going to take your tubes out, which is called a prophylactic bilateral salpingectomy. And it is because I'm at high risk for ovarian cancer, so it's kind of like a preventative measure, and because I know I'm done having kids regardless, so I don't really care if it's going to potentially prevent ovarian cancer, great. So he's kind of going in and doing a cleanup. He's going to drain out all the fluid. I'm going to look so skinny, you guys. I'm going to look so much skinnier after. It's going to be amazing. So I've had to get a ton of tests done. My surgery got, like, presumptively booked, And then it got postponed till April, and then she phoned me back like 2 days later, and she said, oh, we have this spot in, 2.5 weeks. Can you come then? Yes, I can. Like, I'll make it work. So in the last 2 weeks, I've had to get a ton of crap done. I mean, a ton of crap. Like, if you follow my Instagram, either my blog Instagram or my personal Instagram, you will see, like, oh my goodness. If you want to follow, by the way, it's at Tiffany, Tifan 5 E's, or at Coins&Babble. And you can get to my blog from there, and you can read kind of a little bit more in detail about this story, because I've been writing like as I go through it, so everything gets put down when it's fresh in my mind. So yeah, I go for my surgery on Monday. It's Thursday right now, and in like the last 2 weeks, I've had to get a cystoscopy, which is where they shove a wand up your bladder, which is just, it's basically like torture. I've had to go get a bunch of like blood tests, and I hate getting needles taken. Like I had my first child, I had drug-free 27 and a half hours of labor, but like try and stick a needle in me and I'm going to start bawling. So I've had to go for like blood tests, for my pre-surgical screening, for all this different stuff. And like my husband, he works full time, so it's all on my own, which, I don't know, makes it a little bit harder. So yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I went for my colposcopy, which is where they take a really good look at your cervix. So you hear my dogs fighting at the door. They're so bad. So that didn't go as well as we'd hoped. They did have to take a biopsy. We won't find out till like next week if there's like cancer present or anything like that. I haven't had any irregular paps, which is great, but they definitely found a lot of like blood vessel growth, and yeah. So it didn't go as well as I'd hoped it would go. So I've had to go for all this stuff, and then just to get to the end, which is a surgery. So I went for my, like, it's like the blood work you get done before you go. It's like 3 to 5 days before your surgery. They put this bracelet on my wrist. Okay, it's Thursday. My surgery is not till Monday. I have to keep this on until like I get discharged from the hospital. Like, I'm a mom. I'm an artist. I am like, and I need to shower. Like, it's just like a plastic cover over a paper band. Yeah, so I was a little bit like surprised to find out that I had to keep this. And I mean, it's a little bit fashionable. I could pull it off. So if you guys are having these symptoms, like, research it, look into it, man. It's your body, it's important. And like, it could be something that they could fix, or it could be something that they can treat, or, even just, I don't know, for me, just knowing that there's a reason for my pure exhaustion, that there's a reason that I feel like I am going to die. Like, I seriously, I feel, it's like the level of exhaustion I have is unbearable. And then I have to try and keep up with 2 special needs kids, and that is like a lot on its own. That was like a lot on its own, and then this all kicked in, and it just gets worse every month. And like the pain I have is ridiculous. Like, I've got a pretty high pain tolerance level. But this is like outrageous. It is unbearable. I'm like crippled on the bathroom floor crying at least like 5 nights out of the month. And I have like 1 good week a month, maybe. It's just like back-to-back pain, and that gets like exhausting on its own. And so keep following for more updates. I'm going to do another one of these if, maybe I'll just try it out for a little bit, see how it goes. I don't know. So if you guys have questions, if you have like comments, I don't know, I guess you like things, you don't like things on here, let me know. If you've been for a laparoscopy and you've like had similar stuff done, tell me like what I'm in for, because I've never even been put to sleep before, so I'm like crazy neurotic nervous. Yeah, and I don't know like what I need. Everybody's like lip chap. Like, I don't need lip chap. Tell me what I need, you know? Yeah, so like if you've been through this, just hit me up and tell me like what I'm in for. Because I've scoured the internet, I've scoured YouTube, I've like looked in so many places just for somebody who has like been through this and who was like raw with it. You know, like girls show you like their incision sites, and some girls say they were like back to work after 3 days, but like most people only had a laparoscopy. But I'm getting like a laparoscopy, I'm getting my tubes taken out, I'm getting endo excised if there is any, I'm getting my organs scraped apart, I'm getting my adhesions removed, like I'm getting a whack load of stuff done, and there has to be somebody else out there who's had this whack load of stuff done too. So like, let me know how it went, let me know what I need. Yeah, let me know what I'm in for. And if you have like questions, ask them, because I have thoroughly educated myself on this now, because I thought what I was experiencing was just normal, and that as you got older, your period got worse, and you know, all this stupid stuff that was not true. In fact, as you get older, your period's supposed to get better. It's supposed to be easier. So like, that is not part of a sagging butt and crow's feet. You know, like things are supposed to get easier in that area as far as that's concerned. If you want to like hear more, if you want to know more, go to my blog, coinsandbabble.wordpress.com. It's awesome. It's hilarious. I think so. I love it. And I'll keep you guys, yeah, up to date with everything. Okay.